I'll bet that you don't know what Cranberry Bogs in southeast Massachusetts, a high school track star, and a group of hunters have in common with resilience. Well, I didn't know either until one winter morning that changed everything. Picture a high school campus nestled in a quiet New England seaside town in southeast Massachusetts, surrounded by cranberry bogs, wrapped in winter stillness. It's December 2010. Cold, crisp. 3 high school seniors head out for a final warm-up run in the woods. Tomorrow is their first indoor track meet of the season. For them, it will be their last season. Focused, disciplined, purposeful. Michael has already broken records. He was expected to break another record that next morning at the Boston meet. The team was expected to win. Momentum was on their side. Michael leads the run into the woods, pine trees swaying in the winter wind. Moments in, they hear a loud bang. They stop, confused, scanning the woods. Then Michael feels something strike his calf. He looks down. A hole. Blood. Shock sets in as he sits on the trail. Then they see them. 4 men emerging from the woods. Camouflage. Hunters. In an instant, it becomes clear. An accidental shooting. The hunters and Michael's teammates help him back towards the campus. His coach exits the gym and freezes. Michael limps towards him, a thin trail of blood behind him. 911 is called. An ambulance arrives within minutes. Michael is placed on a gurney as EMTs tend to his leg. A call is placed to his father. At first, his father thinks it's a prank, joking, annoyed. Then he hears the ambulance pass his house, and through Michael's phone realizes the horror. The phone drops. Panic sets in. Michael's father arrives just minutes behind the ambulance. They reunite in the emergency department. X-rays are taken. Within the hour, classmates, teammates, and even the principal arrive to support him. 2 hours later, doctors enter the room. Michael was shot by buckshot, a pellet lodged behind his knee. The trajectory could have been catastrophic. Doctors explain they will not remove it. Removing it would cause far more damage than just leaving it alone. Michael asks one question: what about the track meet tomorrow? The answer is immediate. He will not run tomorrow. He may walk again, he may run again, but never competitively. The silence is deafening. It's 10:30 at night. Michael lies on a gurney, leg bandaged, eyes full. What am I going to do? This is my last season. I trained for this. His father doesn't have an answer yet, but he makes a promise. There is a solution, and we will find it. Michael goes home on crutches before midnight. The next day, at the track meet, his teammates dedicate the meet to Michael, and they win. Later that day, a family friend visits. A mentor, a runner, the last American to win the Boston Marathon back-to-back. He listens, then he acts. He contacts the trauma team at Mass General, the same trauma team that supports the Boston Red Sox. 5 days later, Michael and his father are in Boston. Michael is examined again. A conference room fills with surgeons and trauma specialists. The story is shared. The verdict is the same. They will not remove the pellet. Michael will walk again. He will run again. But not competitively. Permanent. A doctor tries to lighten the mood. These hunters meant to shoot a deer. Instead, they shoot a tiger. They laugh briefly, then reality returns. The drive home, the car is silent. Then Michael asks again, "What am I going to do if I can't run? I'm all ready for college next year and expected to have a great season." His father tells him the truth. Doctors made a judgment from an hour-long assessment. They do not know Michael. They do not know his heart. And just because someone says something, it does not make it true, including doctors. The family has resources. They have support. They have resilience. And they are not done. Hope begins to return. My name is Bernie Tiger, and this is part 1 of a true story of resilience. And it is also a part of the foundation that inspired Michael and myself to create Tiger Resilience. I want to thank you for being here. Please consider subscribing, and I'm looking forward to you coming back next week where we will have the conclusion.